Automotive journalist Matis Kurat says it's freezing in Detroit. There are always at least 10 centimeters of snow on the ground when he's here. Maybe that's because he always comes in January for the North American International Auto Show, the industry's first major fair of the year. Some manufacturers don't even wait for the official opening and start launching their models the evening before, like Mercedes, which presented the 10th generation of its new high-end midsize car. Plenty of electronics make the new E-Class the smartest Mercedes to ever roll off the assembly line. Daimler board chairman Dieter Zetsche says that the convergence of the digital and automotive worlds is opening unbelievable possibilities. Most strikingly for the driver, assist features that now provide safety levels very close to Daimler's vision of a crash-free world. The Bavarian-based competition is focused more on adrenaline. The 3-liter engine in BMW's M2 puts out 272 kilowatts of power, which can hurtle the coupe to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4.3 seconds. It'll hit German streets for the first time in April.
We had a record year last year, almost 2.25 million sales all around the world from BMW Mini and Rolls-Royce. We expect this year to see some growth, but it'll be probably at the low end, single-digit growth. I think the world is slowing in some areas. It's normalized in China. Europe is still recovering, so we are going to see growth, but I don't think it'll be of the same order we've seen in recent years.
Porsche also set records for sales last year. Its standard bearer in the U.S. is the 911 Turbo. Around 1 in 5 of all 911s sold in North America is a turbo. It comes as a coupe or convertible with a choice of engines. The facelifted version of the road racer has grown even faster, and the S model harnesses a staggering 427 kilowatts of power. Mata says that's no surprise, but something else is. Despite the jump in power, all of the 911s now consume far less fuel than their predecessors. But only if you don't hit the gas too hard. VW is still struggling to win back consumer confidence after last year's emissions scandal sent the company into a tailspin. The CEO of its passenger cars brand says that its priority in 2016 is to solve the problems its cars have caused and reach agreements with regulators on how they have to repair the damage. He's optimistic VW can accomplish that in the coming weeks. And then it'll be about rebuilding the brand. Dealers are sticking with VW, he says, and the company has a plant that is doing fantastic work, so he's very optimistic about the future. That optimism is reflected in the carmaker's Tiguan GTE Active concept. It offers a sneak preview of the model, slated to be introduced on the U.S. market in 2017. That's the year Lexus is also planning to launch a new model. Back in 2012, the LC 500 was premiered as a design concept, the LFLC. Interest was so great that the luxury car maker decided to take the 4-seater into volume production. Lexus is bucking the trend with its engine, which isn't a hybrid but a gasoline-powered V8. The LC 500 is the first car ever with a 10-gear automatic transmission. Mata says that Lexus's slick LFFC concept sedan also provides a glimpse of a driving future that's powered by hydrogen. With its H-Tron Quattro concept, Audi also brought a fuel cell platform to Detroit. Here, it's all wrapped up in an SUV that was already showcased as an electric model at the IAA in Frankfurt last year. Hydrogen has a lot of advantages. Mata says concepts like these combine the best of two worlds. There's the emissions-free world you'd get with battery-powered electric cars, but you can also fill them up quickly, just like with gas or diesel cars. That's far more convenient than hanging around at a charging station for half an hour. But there's the chicken or the egg problem, he says. Without cars like this on the road, there won't be much infrastructure. And without that, why should car makers build these cars? The North American International Auto Show isn't just for car makers, says Mattes, but also for suppliers. ZF is showing an airbag that's mounted on the outside of the vehicle and is intended to provide even more protection. Just like this concept for a rear passenger airbag that pops out the back of the front seats. Modern sensors would deploy the exterior airbags right before a collision. They would extend the car's crumple space, especially along the sides, which would increase the occupant's odds of surviving. Mattes says he's seen that the cars of the future are growing smarter and smarter, like the Mercedes E-Class and its car-to-X communication system. They're also growing safer. Not just with better sensors and autonomous driving, but also because of airbags outside the car as well as in. And the cars of the future won't just be more fuel efficient. In many cases, they won't need fossil fuel at all, but use energy sources like hydrogen.
Wie Wasserstoff.